Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Laura. I'm the tech producer with ShowCare, the providers of the virtual platform. So today's training session, we're going to just go over the virtual platform and show you the highlights, what you should know, and just some good tips of what to do. Also, what is expected of you for the day of the event, and some tips on Zoom and how we're going to interact on Zoom. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. Okay, so this is the Obesity Week platform. So this is the home page. So this is essentially like coming into the conference center. You have what is going on in the day. You have channel 1, channel 2. You can see your on-demand videos, poster halls, exhibit hall, networking, the day's upcoming events. So it's basically a way to start and see what's going on in the conference hall. Once you get the link to register on the platform, which should be probably sometime next week, we have a place where you can update your profile pic, as well as make sure that your name is spelled right. Connections, it's going to show anybody that you've added as a connection. I'm going to get to that in a second. So it's very similar to like a Facebook page. You have your profile that you have to fill out. Then you have your connections, like your friends. So this brings me to the participant section, where you're going to see everyone that's registered. You can search for someone if you're looking for someone specifically on the right-hand side here. If you see a green dot, it means someone is active on the platform. So you can try to connect with them. You can add them as a friend, and then it would show up under my connections on my profile. And you can message them. Once connected, you can prompt video chats. So it's a way to connect with others without having to use a Zoom meeting. So it's a great way to interact. So then you have your full schedule, channel 1, channel 2. So as a session chair, you need to know which channel you are going to be moderating. So if you don't know, it's going to be confirmed to you in the email that you will receive with the Zoom link that will take you into the Zoom green space 20 to 30 minutes before the live Q&A starts. So as a session chair, you're going to need to have the platform open and be on the right channel. And as the pre-recordings are playing, you need to be looking at the top questions and be writing them down so that you're ready for the live Q&A. So how it's going to work, there's, you have to make sure to note whose question is for which speaker. So because the questions will continue, and then the next session is going to start. The next pre-recording is going to start and the questions are going to continue. So we want to make sure you're keeping an eye on this and knowing which questions you're going to ask which speaker. If you're on a panel, if you're on one-on-one, it's simpler. There's one pre-recording and one set of questions. So you're just jotting down the questions, and we do ask that you take note of them, because then when it comes time for the actual live event, we're going to ask you to close the platform, and you're only going to be in the Zoom room live with the speaker. So we're not going to have you paying attention to the platform anymore. The attendees, participants are going to be informed during the pre-recordings that only questions posted during the pre-recordings are going to be considered to be asked. If there's any questions that blow up after, then you might be prompted in the Zoom chat, so you would know through there. But you don't have to pay attention to the platform at all once you are live with the speaker in the Zoom room. So once you do get the link for when it comes time to log in for the green room space, you are still going to have the platform open because the pre-recordings are still going to be going on. So you are going to log in with the green room space, but still have your eye on the live Q&A and be jotting down what you need to. But then you're just going to close it once you're live. So one other thing I want to show you is the round tables. So this is a great way to carry on conversations, maybe, maybe there was a question that wasn't get around to, but you want to carry on the discussion, you can create a roundtable here, and it's open to anybody. It will use your camera, so you can't be in Zoom or another space. It will take the camera and mic. You have to be at least 2 participants for this roundtable to stay open. And once it's open and you're more than 2, it will stay open for as long as you need. But note, if you do create one right away, it will only stay open for 5 minutes until somebody joins you. If you're only one person in the room for the first 5 minutes, after 5 minutes, it will close. So what we suggest, if you do want to host one, try to pick a time and then post it on your newsfeed. So if you were to go to the home and scroll down, you'll find your name here. You can say, please join me for a roundtable at either 3 o'clock today, as an example, to discuss whatever topic you want to talk about. If you see here, it's public, so it's going to show up on everyone's newsfeed. And then we have chat and job board. So there's a lot of cool features on this platform. So we really suggest, when you get the link to one, complete your profile, and also just to poke around and see the platform and use it to the best you can. We can't be in person. So, we're going to try to make the most of it and use this platform to the best of its abilities. So that's basically what I wanted to show you for the platform. So one thing I want to discuss with you is so once you are in the Zoom green room, so you got your calendar invite, you log into the Zoom room, you're going to come 20 to 30 minutes before, and the exact time is going to be in your email. So one important thing to have open is your chat feature. You can either have it merged to the side window, or you can have it popped out. You can either click the little arrow down and then pop out, or if you rather it merged, you would click the 3 dots and then click merge to meeting window. So in here, this is where the tech producer moderator is going to be communicating to you. So once you've done your tech checks, 5 minutes to live, they are going to go off camera, off mic, and they are only going to communicate to you through chat. So they're going to communicate in caps, and it's not because they're yelling at you, but it's just because they want to get your attention. And that's it. So you need to be paying attention to chat. It's very important. And also, if you're having any connectivity issues, such as low bandwidth message that comes up on the Zoom, please let the tech producer know as soon as possible so that they have the heads up in case they need to troubleshoot. So, so there's the chat feature. So speaking of the Wi-Fi connectivity, if you can hardwire, that's the best, but obviously it's not always feasible. So if you are sharing space, we do always recommend that you tell anybody you're sharing space with to, avoid downloading any heavy 4K videos, as an example, or gaming, to not take up, some juice from the internet. We want you having good connectivity. So that's one thing to note. If you want to put the camera in HD, it might already be so, but just in case it's not, just something to verify. If you would hover over the stop video and click the arrow up, you can click on video settings. Video settings, then you're going to see an option for a HD or enable HD, and you want to make sure that's checked off, just so we're getting the best quality out of your camera. You can also use the touch up my appearance, put it somewhere halfway mark, just to give you a little softening on the face. So it's something we recommend to do. Another thing we want to say is that want to make sure that you're centered within your screen as much as possible, to not be too close or not to be too far, to have a good framing around you. If you are using a virtual background, to not be too movie, to try to remain static as much as possible, wear a solid color if possible, unless you have a green screen, then it's not so much of an issue. So if you're wearing glasses, so just to recommend tilting your head a little bit so that you're not getting the reflection of the screen in your glasses, that we see your eyes. We want to be engaged as much as possible with the audience. So that's something we just always recommend. Also disabling all your notifications to make sure we don't have any pings and vibrating noises. We want to, keep things as non-distracting as possible. So if you didn't already restart your computer before loading up the platform and Zoom, we do recommend that so that, no other things are open. Maybe if you use Microsoft Teams, have that do not disturb on. If your phone speaks to your laptop, to have that disabled, you can use Focus Assist. So just things like that to keep in mind, having the notifications disabled during the time that you're live. And another thing to mention, so the platform is 30 seconds behind our live in Zoom. So that is one of the main reasons why we don't want you in the platform, because you are going to see yourself 30 seconds ago, and the sound would echo if you did have that playing at the same time. So it's very important to close the platform once you are in the Zoom room live. Once you've taken down all your questions, you're in the green room space and the platform is closed. But that being said, once you are coming to a close, so the tech moderator is going to let you know when you're coming close to closing. So it's going to give you the 2-minute warning, so you know when to take the last question or ask the last question. And then once you're done, the room is going to be still hot, which means it's still streaming to the platform. So we just ask that you keep a pleasant face after you've said your closing remarks, just to keep a pleasant face until you're instructed that the room is cold or that they're no longer streaming, just because it was still streaming 20 to 30 seconds delayed. So we just keep that in mind, but you are going to be reminded of this the day of the event. They are going to be communicating and guiding you through the chat feature, so there's no need to worry about that. And yeah, so with lighting in terms of windows, just make sure you don't have any windows behind you, getting the glare and shadowing. Have a desk lamp if you don't have good lighting with an overhead. I have a desk lamp on, and if I were to close it, I kind of have more shadowing. So it's to play with the lighting to make sure it's your face is bright and eye to eye, and that's basically the main things I wanted to talk to you about. So I'm just going to leave you with that. I'm going to show my screen just one more time. So if you do want to use any of the virtual backgrounds that Obesity has supplied, you can get it at the obesityweek.org/abstracts/speaker-resources. And you also have the other resources that are available to you, as well as the recordings from the trainings that are eventually going to be up here. And if you do have any content related questions, please contact Anita or Darnella at an annual meeting at obesity.org. So I thank you so much for joining us today, and I wish you best of luck and enjoy the conference, and stay well and stay safe.